to take care of these things, and forestry has fire. They set fires in certain places, and they do all these things. You know, and when we look back, we never tried to create and control our environment as Native people. It all did its own thing. It all made its own cycles naturally, and we didn't get involved in it. And now we have all these biologists and scientists and all coming into our land figuring they can control it. You can't control it, and the more you try to control it, the more damage you're going to actually do to it. You're here to work with it, and the sooner they work with it, the better off it would be for everybody.
Are there areas on the map where forestry activities could happen?
There is a place where a lot of things could be cleaned up. Like the habitat around a forest fire should be cleaned up to a certain extent to help it recover quicker. Mm-hmm. Because you fly over the Slocum Nakanaki Valley, and that fire happened in 1979, and you barely have trees that are 6 foot high that are coming back now.
Okay. Where is that forest fire, Terry, on the map?
Okay, it would be right in the Slocum Lake area and Slocum River. It would be right in here. This is where it burnt out in here.
Okay. Could you label that Big E, Small E?
Would you like to see the TRT be involved in like logging kind of activities, or just what you're talking about is cleanup activities? What sort of involvement in commercial forestry do you envision kind of activities?
I would like to see, if there was going to be logging happening, I would like to see TRT involved right from the word go. I wouldn't want someone to come in here and start logging and start just doing what forestry usually does, and just go in and take big swaths off the land. I don't see any meaning for that. I don't see it doing any good. There is certain logging that can be done and is helpful to the forest, and there's a fine line to find out where and when. I wouldn't know where or when, because like I say, I'm no biologist or scientist or whatever, but there is a fine line there to know when to go out and get these trees before they get infested with and start becoming beetle kills and whatnot. And I think that the best way to do logging that I've ever heard of was by chopper.
So that would be one of your management strategies then, for forestry? Mm-hmm. We'll drop down to the next heading there. Terry, how important is it that TRTF and get jobs in trapping? We're talking about commercial trapping.
I think that's very important as well, but the trapping prices are no longer there. It depends on what you're trapping. It depends on what's out there, what area you're trapping in, and what's within that area, and what abundance of what you're trapping. To me, that's real crucial. You don't go out and you just don't start trapping everything and anything. You have to target certain things to a certain extent. And I don't know what's out in other people's area, but I know what's in my trapping area, and I know pretty much what my limits would be in that area. Mm-hmm. And what I can trap and what I shouldn't trap and what. Mm-hmm. And I think it's very important that every trapper knows this within his own area before he even goes out there. Non-native and native. You don't go out and... I mean, I can recall where people said there were lots of animals in a certain trapping area, and there ended up to be hardly any at all, because, you know, I mean, I heard stories from older guys that said there was a lot of this animal in a certain area, and you go out there and there's hardly any today, because it was just overkill.
Yeah, population decline then. Are there areas, trapping areas, that you could identify on the map where trapping activity could occur?
Well, I know of lots of trap lines that are here, and that they're not used anymore because the prices are just not there, and it's no longer a way of life. I don't even look at it as in that way. If I was a millionaire today, I would choose to commercial fish, and I would choose